So it's day 24 of Art Month, and I have today and tomorrow, then going on a trip, and then when I come back the next day, that'll be time for my new job. So these are the last 2 days of Art Month, and I woke up this morning feeling not quite sure what I wanted to do today. It's kind of rainy, so it's not a good, lay around in the park kind of day. But I did want to get out of the house a little bit, kind of, change up the environment, um, do something that feels kind of relaxing and nice. So sometimes when I don't really know what I want or what I want to do most, I like to just sort of map it all out. So I had some brainstorming this morning of all the things that I wanted to do. And there's a couple different categories, but yeah, rest and relax, be inspired, get ready for work, some fun creativity stuff, some focused deep work things, and some organizing things. The house is a mess right now, so I want to clean that up. Then I went through and I starred some things that feel extra exciting or things that I want in the moment. And then I'm trying to build a plan for the day out of that. So I think what I'm going to do is go to a cafe and have some rainy cafe time, which is always nice. Maybe do a little reading, do a little writing, but then also mostly pitch to parties. Now that I have my set posted on SoundCloud and YouTube, I think I want to send out some messages and reach out to the people that were recommended when I was getting coffee with local DJs and performers and stuff. So I'm excited to be able to do that. I've been looking forward to having this demo done for that purpose. And then I think I'm going to maybe run a few errands, pick up some groceries, come back, and then work on sewing and maybe the musical interlude for Charles. So we can look at, let's pull up Notion. So we have some pretty substantial updates here. 60-minute live set complete. YouTube demo recording. Well, I wound up not needing a scratch recording, but let's just say post on SoundCloud and YouTube. That's complete. House party recording is done. Get a stand or a riser. Let's do this later. So now I think I'm ready to pitch to some parties and make this interlude for Charles. Maybe I'll put these here because I'm in the planning stages of it. And that's very exciting. And then I want to do some sewing projects. I think I might try the mesh gloves because it could just be so, it seems so easy. But I also want to make a skirt, I think, potentially for work. And then the Cape Cod is just going to be so much work. I don't feel like doing it right now, but maybe I'll make another t-shirt. I have some good t-shirt fabric in the closet that I want to use up. So that's feeling good. And then video sequencer, I want to try out those new microcontrollers I got in the mail. I'll show you actually. Okay, so this one is interesting because, so this is the Feather RP2350. Same size, same format. I think maybe even the same pinout. I'm not 100% sure on that one. We can check the details. But what's interesting about this is it does not actually have a built-in HDMI port. It has this this connector called HSTX that is for high-speed data transfer. So it needs a friend, and then you connect it with a little HSTX cable, and then this has the HDMI port on it. So I think the major advantage of this is it has a little more memory, and it's, I think, a little faster, and so it could potentially do fancier video output, but I think it will also allow me to control the LEDs when the other one did not have enough resources to do that. So that's very exciting. So yeah, maybe I'll work on this later. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I just don't feel like sitting around at this desk today. I think I want to get out and go around the city a little bit. So yeah, I think, there's a lot of stuff in this green column now. It feels good. This 60-minute live set was a really big one. So yeah, today, pitch to some parties, maybe make this little interlude, do a little sewing, and I think that'll be a really fun day. So I'm gonna head out. All right, now it's 12:18 a.m. And I was just watching a little bit of True Blood, but I got a little restless, so I think I am going to maybe tinker with some music stuff. Maybe on this little interlude. I think I'm going to fire up for the first time in a while my trusty Deluge. I think it's going to be the right tool for writing the kind of music that I want to write for this. Very sort of digital, crispy, but also kind of video game influenced music with little intricate melodies, and make it very easy to experiment with like chords and sort of melodic structure. I think that'll be the right move. For the past year, basically, I got my Syntakt almost a year ago, and for the past year I've been really just focused on like learning and using my Syntakt. But I have a lot of other synthesizers that I love, and the Deluge is one of them. Now it's on for the first time in a while. I had to charge it up again. But yeah, this thing is very fun, and it really kind of like taught me how to make music, I think. And this was really the synthesizer that like got me making songs for the first time. And I think, let's see, currently I have 467 songs on here. Some of them are just little, noodles, but I have spent a lot of time with that synthesizer. So I'm excited to use it again. I was considering going out to the club tonight, but wound up not doing that. I kind of have a tummy ache anyway, so I feel like this is the vibe. But it's kind of nice to just have a classic, up late by myself, kind of late night time. It feels like a very fitting segue into the final day of Art Month, which it's 12:21 a.m. now, so I guess that's now. Yeah, this is the final day. I'll have more thoughts about this tomorrow, and I think tomorrow I think it's going to be, maybe I'll do a little something, but I want to go do some recreation activities around the city. I want to go to like a bakery that I like, and maybe treat myself to a nice lunch, something like that. But anyway, I kind of laid out a plan for what I wanted to do today, and I wound up doing totally other stuff mostly, but it felt very productive. I went to a cafe for a while and had a little rainy cafe time. That was nice. And I did a bunch of like research and stuff related to sending out pitches. So I had a list of some people to reach out to, and I started going through that list and kind of figuring out like, who do I want to, say like, hey, can I play at your party, versus like, like, do you know who might be good to reach out to you? Some of the people on this list are organizers, some people are like artists. So I'll have to do like a second round of like, do you have any recs for how to get started and who I should reach out to, that kind of thing. So I started doing some research into like, there were some people on this list that I knew and some that I was less familiar with. So I started doing some digging, and started sort of writing up some notes about, how do I describe my music and my set, and how do I describe this live set that I just recorded, and, kind of drafting some pitch messages, and I sent out two things. So one was I sent out a pitch to a monthly event at this nightclub that I go to a lot, although I haven't been to this event series. But they try to book like a lot of local talent, a lot of like sort of new and upcoming people. So it seemed like a good potential place to pitch to. So I wrote a message for that and sent that out. And that was very exciting, although I was nervous to do that. And then the other was there's like a rave crew that I have seen at a bunch of events that runs a like playlist of like, you know, mixes from new DJs and artists as like a way for them to get exposure and, you know, like have something sort of on the books and get a little promotion. So I also submitted my live set to that. And I had to write a little bio and like description of the set. So I can read that for you if you like. RMNA is a Bay Area based techno/video artist and tall girl. When she's not lost in her synthesizers, you can catch her dancing at the front. This hour-long hardware techno set is inspired by underground nights with friends and the late sweaty hours that slip by in a blur. Composed and performed entirely on an Electron Syntakt, the sound design takes cues from the heavy, synthetic, relentless sonic palettes of artists like Phase Fatale, Schwefelgelb, Jungkook, and Surgeon. That's it. Maybe I'll write a longer one for a different pitch message at some point. But I don't know. It feels kind of cringy to write stuff like that sometimes about your own work. But it's all part of the process. So sent out two things. I'll let you know if I hear back. But it feels good. And since I posted my set and like did some Instagram posts and stuff like that, I got a few nice messages today, and that was really cute too. Got a few like comments on my video and an Instagram DM, and yeah, it feels good to see people appreciating it. And I'm like so glad that I have like a linkable thing now, and I listened to it a bunch today, so it's fun. I think I might putter around a little bit. The lab is a mess right now, like an absolute disaster. So I think it's going to be a little bit hard to work on anything specific, but yeah, maybe I'll do something on my computer, or maybe play a little music, something like that. And then I'm gonna go to bed and then wake up and have a fun day 25. So I will see you tomorrow.